So in my last few videos, I've taken this reel and rod out, and this is the one that makes a ton of noise, and you guys were commenting about it. You can hear it right there. So to me, I believe that's the roller bearing, which is this part right here. When the line is running through there, that bearing is making all that noise. I don't believe anything inside the reel itself is making that noise. So I bought a replacement part off of eBay. I believe it's like $9–10. This is it right here. And it should be an easy fix. You have to get yourself a little Torx head drill bit set if you don't already have one. And for this specific model reel, you have to use a T8. This kit was off of Amazon, and this is around $7, I think, $6 or $7. But the size to use is T8. You just get a screwdriver with a replaceable head. Put that in there like that. And the first thing we're going to do, unscrew it right there. Then make sure you're using the correct size head for your reel. Otherwise, you'll strip it. Okay, put that screw aside. Pull it apart like that. Okay, once you got the screw off, just start pulling off the pieces. There's a washer. And this entire roller bearing right here. So you're left with that. And now you take your brand new one. Looks like that. So there's a white side and a black side. The black side goes in first. Then you take your washer, then the washer, place it back in, like so. And screw it down. You want to get it pretty tight. I think that's good. But let's test it. Quiet. That was exactly the problem. Cool, easy fix, guys. So for about $10, you can fix it pretty easily yourself. I'll include the link in the description. The place I bought it sells it for all models, Shimanos, but we are good now. All right, guys, coming back at you with another one today on the kayak again, and we almost didn't make it out here. Earlier, the weather was just terrible, raining off and on. Wind is still bad, but I think it's doable. And I just checked the radar, and it seems like there won't be any rain for at least a few hours. The reason for the weather is we have a hurricane off the east coast of Florida. But I found a break in the weather. I'm out here. It's my fishing day, so I want to be out here and try to catch something. Today's going to be a grocery trip. We're going to be throwing all soft plastics today, so hopefully that works out. Top of the high tide right now. We've got about maybe 30 minutes to an hour left of incoming. We're going to target the grass lines, see what's biting out here, and hopefully be a successful grocery shopping trip. All right, so before we start fishing, let me go over our setup today. I brought 3 combos. First one, we're going with a 1/4 ounce jig head by Ice Strike right there. And on that, we have a Gulp jerk shad in this greenish tan color. It's gonna kind of match the water here. Our second setup, we're going with something a little bit heavier, bigger. Not sure what kind of jig head this is. I got it from Browns Creek Bait Shop. This is 3/8 ounce, I believe. And on that, we have a giant swimming mullet in pearl white color. and that's what it looks like right there. We're gonna test this one out for bigger bait, bigger fish, see how true that is. And our last setup, we got this Abu Garcia 3000 reel. I think it's the inshore saltwater model. And on that, we're also gonna go with a 1/4 ounce jig head by Ice Strike. And the plastic we're gonna use with that was gonna be our bread and butter, the Gulp Smoke swimming mullet. Those are gonna be 3 lures that we're using today. We're just gonna rotate through them throughout the day, see which one works best. In addition, I wanna show you guys that I repaired this reel, the one that was making tons of noise in the past few videos. What I suspected the problem was this line roller bearing, and as you saw in the beginning of the video, I changed that out. And we're gonna do a real live test right now. Oh yeah, quiet. I know some of you guys said it was the actual reel that needed repairs, but as you can see, it's just the simple part right here, the line roller bearing. So if your reel's making a loud noise like mine was, easy part to get and easy to repair yourself. All right, we're gonna head on in with the current, see how far we can get, then we'll start fishing. So I'll see you guys in a bit. All right guys, we're almost to the creek where we want to fish. Good thing is we're riding the tide in, so it hasn't been a bad paddle or pedal. And then we're gonna fish back here for maybe a couple hours, wait until the tide starts going out, then we just ride it back out. So that's probably some good advice right there if you guys are planning a kayak trip. Always good to plan with the tide, especially if you plan to cover a long distance. All right, so up ahead we have a grass line, little island I believe. We're gonna start fishing right there at the mouth and work our way in. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Big baits, big fish. Let's try to make that a true statement today. First cast. My buddy Nunn texted me. He's on his way to Nocatee. So right off the bat, I can tell this is way heavier than I'm used to. But I'm trying new things. And hopefully we can make it work. I'm in the wind right now, so once we round this island, it should be a lot calmer on the other side and easy to fish. All right, we got one, guys. Not sure how big it is, but it did eat a big bait. Oh, feels pretty good. Oh man, he spit it. He wasn't that big. Got a little look at him. He wasn't that big, so it's okay. That's probably why he got off. He probably didn't eat the whole thing because his mouth was probably too little. And sorry for the wind noise. I got a wind muff on, but not sure how well it's gonna do. The wind is a bit much and we're facing right into it right now. Got another one, guys. Got another one. It's not that big. I don't think so. Guy might be a keeper, but I don't think I want to keep any this size. We're targeting the big ones, but I also don't want to be picky. He's going to be close to keeper size. He's 14 and a half. You know what? Let's go for bigger ones. Let's throw the first one back for good karma. Oh man. Just had a nice fish right there, guys. I'm not sure what it was. Seemed like a red or something. All right, let's switch. What should I go with next? I think let's go with the bread and butter. Uh-oh. All right, little trout, guys. There it goes. All right, guys, still only got those 2 flounder. We did catch 1 small trout on the gulp swimming mullet. Now we're going through our 3rd setup with the jerk shad, and I want to work around this point, around the other side, get behind those trees a little bit. Maybe they'll block some of the wind and be easy to fish. Got one, guys. Doesn't feel very big, I don't think. Nah, this guy's probably short. Yeah, definitely short. Let's get him back. There he goes. All right, let's get back to that point. All right, so that's flounder number 3 that we hooked onto, 2 that we actually boated, and that one was caught on the jerk shad. So we'll keep rolling with it. All right, guys, made it to the other side of this island, and we're just gonna work this entire grass line. There's got to be some flounder sitting up in here. Oh, just as we said that, we got one. Oh, we let go. Could have been a crab. He'll still be there if it's a flounder. There's one. Oh, we lost him. Damn. All right, guys, just switch to the gulp swimming mullet. Let's give that a go real quick. There's one. Actually, it's a trout. Not what we're looking for. Alright, let's get it back. Woo. Not sure what this is, but I was just reeling it back into the kayak, but I think it's a jack. How aggressive he ate it. Yeah. We don't want none of you guys. Here he goes. There goes a fish. Oh, this is a red. It's got to be a red. Man. Or a shark. Or a big red. We're about to see. What is this? Actually, I think it's a big red. I saw some red fins on it. Yeah, nice red. It's not what we're after, but we'll take it. There he goes. Got him in the net. Whew. Now we gotta see if he's slot. Get closer to the shoreline so the wind doesn't push us way back there. Alright, let's see. Alright. Got the hook out. Oh, there it is. Nice fish, huh? Check that out, guys. This is definitely a slot, but I'll give it a measure. Yeah, this is a 25-inch red. Since this is a grocery trip. First fish in the box. We're out of that creek and we're going to head back to the main channel and work our way towards the launch. Wind is super crazy right now and these waves are kind of big, and they'll probably get bigger because tide is going out this way, wind is coming towards our face, so it's working against each other, causing the bigger waves. But at least we're kind of riding the current back, so it won't be too bad. See you guys when we get back closer to the launch. All right, we're near the boat ramp, guys. Conditions have gotten worse. Look at these waves. Whew, real choppy. Alright guys, welcome to the Catch and Cook. And what we're making today is redfish noodle soup. Something that you can't get in restaurants. I kind of made this dish up myself. Here's our redfish that we caught. Still on ice. Nice healthy 25-inch redfish. So we're gonna fillet him first. And here are some of the other ingredients. We have yellow onion, red onion, bunch of tomatoes, some cabbage, celery, garlic, some cilantro, fish sauce. These are the noodles that we're gonna cook up. I like mine pretty spicy, so this is super hot roasted chili oil. And of course, some fried onions on top for garnish. In addition to what you see here, we're gonna use salt, sugar, mushroom seasoning, and chicken bouillon. I'm gonna list everything needed to make this dish, and I'm gonna put everything down in the description below if you guys are interested in making it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is fillet this redfish. And you guys pretty much know how to do that already. But I'll start the process here. So usually when we make noodle soups, we make a gigantic pot. And it's usually shared with friends, family, or sometimes we just eat it for 2 or 3 days straight. But today we might have a couple of people stop by. I know one for sure. Let them taste it. They probably never had it before. And I want to get some honest reactions. Okay, once we have the fillets off, I'm going to prep this carcass to use as for stock. The head also has some good meat, but we don't really need it for this dish. And I don't feel like messing with the guts and the gills. So we can just bury this in the garden or just toss it. What we'll do next is cut it down the middle. And then from there, we'll cut out chunks. You know, about 2 to 3 inch chunks will be good. All right, we have the fillets cut up into pieces. Throw them in this bowl, and we're gonna give them a good rinse. After the fish is prepped, we're gonna move on to the vegetables. And this should be fairly simple. We washed everything already. For tomatoes, these types, I usually just cut them in half. If you have the round tomatoes, I would cut them in 4s. So the next thing we'll do is the cabbage. And I like to slice these really thin and fine. Should look like this. Right, next item is a whole yellow onion, and I just peeled it, sliced off the ends. Put this to the side, and we're going to put this in the boiling pot once it's ready. And our last veggie to prep, celery stalks. So with these already washed, what I'm doing now is cutting off the ends so it'll be cleaner. And once we've done that, I'll show you guys what we're going to do with it. We're gonna take this tool that we used in the past for papaya shredding. This is like a peeler julienne tool. And what we're gonna do is gonna take each stalk of celery and we're gonna make fine slices like that. This is probably the most time-consuming part of the recipe, but it's well worth it. Okay, we're to the last bit right here. And let me show you guys what we're left with. Check that out. All right, so we got all this prepped and ready. Next step is going to be getting the soup base started with the fish. Today we're going to go with an 8-quart stock pot. And what we want to do with this is put in some oil so we can saute those redfish chunks. And I'm using here organic coconut oil. You can start that heat really high, get the oil really hot. Once the oil gets hot, throw in the garlic that we had. And then also take the redfish chunks, pour it all in there. Just let that sit for a little bit without stirring. And we're gonna add a little bit of sea salt. A little bit of sugar. And a little sprinkle of black pepper. Let that get going for a little bit so it can sear the bottom of the fish. All right, after a few minutes, we're gonna pour in enough water to cover the fish. And from there, take the ladle and you can gently stir the fish around to make sure they're not sticking on the bottom. They're still raw enough that they won't break apart, but you still want to be gentle. I'm gonna let that come to a boil. Okay, we let these cook for a few minutes, not too long. You don't want to overcook them because they'll break apart. And what we're gonna do now is just remove them. So after we remove the fish, we're gonna put in the redfish carcass. Let's drop it in there like that. And we're gonna add a little bit more water. Just bring that to a boil. Cook that really well and get all the sweetness out of these bones and little pieces of meat. All right guys, while that bone is boiling, you're gonna see some buildup at the top of the pot. What you wanna do is take your ladle and just skim it off. This will create a cleaner broth at the end. All right guys, time to remove the bones. They've been going pretty good in there. Now we want to bring it back to a boil, high boil, and we're going to add a little bit more water. Now it's also a good time to add the seasoning. So the first thing we're adding, this is mushroom seasoning. I'm just going to eyeball it, probably like 1 tablespoon or so. Next thing we're going to add, just a little bit of better than bouillon. This is chicken based bouillon, and this is going to be just about a teaspoon or a little bit less. I'm going to stir that around a little bit. Good time to throw in the whole onion that we peeled earlier. Just drop it in there like that. So this soup is something I kind of made up. If you ever have Vietnamese cuisine, you know the most popular dish is called pho, P-H-O. When this is done, it's going to be something very similar to that, but just a fish version. And slightly different aromatics, slightly different garnishing, but basically it's a dinner soup. We just let that onion go for a few minutes, and after that we're going to add tomatoes and some of the celery bits and pieces. Okay, next thing we can do while the onion is in there, let's go ahead and add about a ladle full of fish sauce. Doesn't matter what kind you use. This is the squid brand, works fine for any kind of soup. Just ran out of this bottle, but we have a fresh new one. So we'll add a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. We just lowered the heat. Next thing we're gonna do is add in some of that celery trimmings. That'll give it a nice aroma. And at the same time, we can start dropping in those tomato halves. We'll let that go on low heat for a few minutes. In addition to the fish, I'm adding another protein. This is a pre-packaged crab flavored balls. Got it from the Asian market. And we're just going to drop that right into the broth. All right, guys, the soup is done. And this is how it's looking. I added some cilantro for some aromatics here. You might want to taste the broth and you can adjust to your liking. All right, guys, right now we're boiling some water in this funny looking pot right here. It's an Asian style pot. I'm not sure what you call it, but I think my wife uses it to make sticky rice, but I just use it to boil noodles. And this is the noodles that we're gonna cook. Why? And these are basically extra thin vermicelli noodles. They're made out of rice and they really go well with this soup right here. So once this gets boiling, I'm gonna throw them in there. And these only take like 2 to 3 minutes to cook. All right, we're dropping the dry noodles in. I'm cooking for my beautiful wife today. Usually she's the one cooking. Psych. I'm just kidding. Past few catch and cooks, my wife's been cooking, but today it's my turn. Hope she enjoys it. Just dump them into a strainer here with cold water running. Just wash them off. Cool them down, wash them off. And once they feel cold to the touch, I'm gonna get all the water out. Just bounce it around a few times. All right, once you feel the noodles are dry enough, just put them to the side. All right, so dinner is ready. And we're just gonna wait for our guests to arrive to do the taste test. We got Ace coming and Sammy. So once they get here, I'll show you guys how to prep the bowls. All right, guys, Ace is the first guy to arrive. Yo!
How are you, buddy? Look at these little fellers.
Ace has arrived for a taste test.
You did okay?
Yeah, I did good.
Oh, he's there.
So you didn't eat yet, right? Oh, okay.
Oh, he's excited.
All right, guys, guest number 2. How you doing, Sam?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Sammy.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
You seen him in my videos, right?
I think so, yeah.
Ace
Okay.
on the line.
And Sammy's been on the...
Yeah, Sammy's been on one video where we went to Fort George Inlet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You didn't get any? You got all the fish?
I caught some nice fish that day. All right, guys, let me show you what we're having.
Let's go.
I caught that rep yesterday, 25 inches. So we just made a pot of soup with it. So it's basically, you had
We
pho.
made about a soup?
Oh, I did.
You did? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is mine.
Yeah.
Usually my wife cooks sometimes, but
I've seen it.
right. So she cooks, Sammy.
Once a week, baby.
Sammy knows the truth. She's a good cook, yeah.
When I cook.
But you had pho, right? Like beef noodle soup. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but seafood version. Different garnish, different flavor, but it's basically a dinner soup too, you know. Yeah.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sammy, you ready?
Yeah.
So we can
Bowls.
let them go first then.
You put the noodles first?
Yeah, noodles first.
Noodles first.
Mm-hmm. These are the thinner noodles that
Yeah.
what we normally.
I'm kind of excited, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Eat as much as you want. Because I pig out,
Careful
so.
with what you say. It's good.
Is that enough, Sammy? Make sure you get enough.
Yeah, funny.
All right. So this is cabbage. This is shredded celery. You gotta have that. It's really, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could.
Just put some onion and cilantro in there.
You know, I like.
Okay, be extra careful with this one, okay? It's really hot.
I won't put it in. I won't put in mine.
Oh, you don't like?
I am. I'm
It's
putting.
it's too spicy.
Very.
Very.
Don't put a lot. Man, that's small bowl, dude.
Don't worry
Just
about it.
just let it cook.
All right, guys. Everybody made their bowl, so it's my turn to make mine. So we got the noodles in here. The next thing we're gonna add are the redfish chunks. And that should be good. I like to add in my broth. And I'll add in a few of those crab balls in there as well. Just make sure to get a few nice tomatoes in there. Right, should look like that. After that, we'll add the garnish. A little bit of that shredded celery, some of that sliced red onions, a little bit of shredded cabbage, and some of that cilantro that we chopped. I like my soup spicy, so we're gonna add some of this chili oil. And this is the one that they call super hot. So a little bit goes a long way. You'll see how red that broth changes once I stir it up. And lastly, some of those fried onions. And there it is, guys. All right, let's stir it up. Ooh, smells amazing. All right, that's it, guys. I'm about to enjoy this.
Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Man, mine looks kind of spicy, yeah. I might have put too much chili oil.
There's no such thing.
It looks mighty red. What do you think, Sammy?
Good.
Good? Oh, is it? You
Just
didn't,
add more broth.
you didn't put a lot, huh?
That's good. This is fun.
All right, let's go in.
Yeah. I didn't put very much in it, and I can taste it. That's perfect. It's awesome.
Do you like with the small noodles?
Mm-hmm.